Hello and welcome back to the KCC channel. I'm Rob and I hope you are having a wonderful day today. Today I have a single story for you with 2 updates from the relationship subreddit. Before we start, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's completely free and you can always change your mind later. But if you stick around, my friend Carmen here might just have some cookies for you in the near future. Alright, on to the story, let's jump right in. This story comes to us from GFQ. Boyfriend, male 27, bought his female friend a Tiffany necklace for her birthday. I, female 27, feel weird about it. Help me decide if I'm blowing this out of proportion before I overreact. My boyfriend of 11 months has a best friend. A girl best friend. I've been totally fine with this from the beginning because she was here before me and they've been friends since college. Although, I feel it's important to add that they've never had the chance to date because they were both in relationships when they met. She's also been single for the past 3 months. Her birthday is this Friday, and my boyfriend wanted to get her something really special. I thought that was sweet of him until I realized what he had bought her. Now, I feel like it's extremely inappropriate, and at the risk of sounding like a bee, I want him to take it back. He claims she's been wanting this specific necklace from Tiffany's forever, so he bought it for her. He refused to tell me how much he spent on it, but I found an identical one on their website and it cost $250. A quick note from Rob on this one, there is a link in this story that takes us to the Tiffany website, and it is a heart necklace that OP's boyfriend is getting for his best friend. To put it mildly, my boyfriend's really excited to give it to her. He says it's also a thank you gift for helping him get through a couple crappy semesters at graduate school. She's extremely smart and was in the same program. Okay, fine, but a necklace? Why not a gift card or something less romantic? She wants to have a friend date with him on Thursday as an early birthday celebration. So he's taking her out for lunch or dinner on Thursday, which means they're going to get drunk. I've never had a problem with this girl, but I don't like how close they are. She's always been nice to me, but I can't help but feel like they might have some underlying feelings for each other. How can I solve this? Perhaps I could suggest to him that we both get her something and then have him take back the necklace while we still have time. Any ideas? Jumping down to the comment section on this one, there's one from a user called Meant for Amazing. It says, I have a male BFF. We go out drinking together. I've met his girlfriends and vice versa. We go out to eat together, etc. But if he were to ever spend that much money on a birthday gift, I'd 1. Think he was crazy and insist he take it back. 2. Think he was romantically interested in me. I think you need to tell him how completely inappropriate this gift is. If he wants to give her a gift card to Tiffany for similar value, I think that would be much more appropriate. But picking out a necklace, a heart necklace, very suspect. Is your boyfriend good at social or interpersonal understanding? OP responded to this and said yes, he tends to be the center of attention in social situations. We're polar opposites in that regard. He's very outgoing, I'm kinda shy. He definitely knows what he's doing. He can't claim to be dense on this issue. Another commenter down below called CJames2011 said, yeah, I'm sorry, but a Tiffany necklace is not a thank you gift. Tiffany is what you give your lover or wife. Hence why girls freak out when their boyfriends get them something from that store. This is completely inappropriate. I'd talk to him about it. There is a chance he might just be dense and not understand what this gift symbolizes. I'm definitely thinking there's more going on here than OP is aware of. This girl has been single for 3 months. Your boyfriend is now buying her jewelry with a heart on it. OP, time to open your eyes. I wouldn't even be worrying about having a conversation with him at this point about you both getting a gift and him taking that back. The conversation you really need to have with him is, where is our relationship right now? And is our relationship about to disappear? Alright, OP updated this a couple times, let's get into the first one. Alright, the update is titled, Update, Boyfriend, male 27, bought his female friend a Tiffany necklace for her birthday. I, female 27, feel weird about it. First of all, thank you so much for all the support on my prior post. I can't believe how many comments I received. I had a sit-down talk with my boyfriend this afternoon. He was very supportive and understanding, for the most part. I explained my feelings to him regarding the Tiffany heart necklace, and he immediately agreed to return it. He seemed really disappointed over it, but he said he understood where I was coming from. So what we were going to do was buy her something together as a couple. We had already come up with a list of ideas and planned to go shopping tomorrow, until the friend date. This is where things got ugly. I explained that I was uncomfortable with the situation because I said I felt like she had feelings for him, which he disagreed with. I asked him if it was okay if I came along, and he said probably, but I should tell her first. So I told him to text her and ask if it was okay, which he did right in front of me. Immediately, she replied, "I guess, sad face." As we were sitting there talking, she sent a second text that said, "Why can't it just be you and me?" He replied and said he wanted me to come with them, which seemed to piss her off because the next thing she sends is, "Weird, so if I invite you to the concert next month, it better be just you and me. I already bought you a ticket." He responds and says he can't promise anything. Next thing you know, she texts, "Great, so in other words, your girlfriend's being a bee and not letting you see me alone. I have to go to work, we'll talk tonight." The F? This just proves she's a snake. I told my boyfriend I wasn't going to put up with it and that he needs to start making some hard decisions. Immediately, he agreed and said he'd fix things. He said he'd end the friendship if he had to in order to keep me. So I guess they're going to meet up and talk tomorrow. Oh, and F her birthday. Jumping down to the comment section on this one, there's one from a deleted account. It says, "One thing that occurs to me is that at the point she called you a bee, as far as she knew, there was no reason for you to not allow the friend date. She didn't know about the necklace. In her mind, his girlfriend just suddenly decided that he wasn't allowed to be alone with her. Not that that particularly excuses her calling you a bee." Another commenter down below called I Am Against It says, "Did he respond to her calling you a bee? Because that is not something he should put up with." OP responded and said, "Yep, he said, I don't talk badly about your boyfriends, so don't talk badly about my girlfriend. Otherwise, you can F off." She sent back, "Sorry, sad face." I can't help but think that the best friend in this case already thinks of OP as a bad person, or sees them in negative light, maybe because OP's with their boyfriend. All these things going on though, OP's boyfriend is buying her flowers, a $250 necklace, they have intimate dinners, and they go on concert dates. Yeah, OP, you're not dating this guy, he's dating her, and doing it right in front of you. And you're seemingly okay with that. Ugh. Let's get into OP's last update. Alright, this update's titled Final Update, Boyfriend 27 Male Bought His Female Friend a Tiffany Necklace for her birthday. I, female 27, feel weird about it. I apologize in advance if this comes out to be a huge effing mess. It turns out he's not as innocent as I had previously thought, and now I look like an effing fool here. Last night, I stayed at his place, and we talked some more. He said he was going to return the necklace first thing this morning. Well, he lied. I went over to his place on my lunch hour, and the darn thing was still laying on his nightstand. He claims he forgot to take it back, and will have to do it later. In my gut, I felt like he was stalling me, and I was right. As I mentioned in my prior post, my boyfriend and his best friend were going to have a talk today. I honestly believed he was going to distance himself from her and explain to her that her actions were inappropriate. Well, that didn't happen. After 2 hours, without hearing anything from him, I texted him to find out what was going on, because I wanted to see him tonight after their talk. He responded and said he just wanted to have a night to himself. Right away, alarm bells are going off in my head because he's sending me short texts and is barely answering any of my questions. I told him his evasive behavior was really beginning to worry me, And he replied, "I'm sorry, I'm just confused." I texted back, "What do you mean you're confused? Confused about what?" He took forever to respond, but eventually admitted he was confused about our relationship. Instead of fighting over text, I went over to his place to figure out what the problem was. After lots of arguing, he finally gave me the truth. Apparently, during their talk this afternoon, she told him she's had feelings for him since college, and it's gotten to the point now where it's hard for her to be around him. I asked him if the feelings were mutual, and he replied, "I don't know." In other words, yes. I asked what else was said during this talk, and he said she basically feels bad because she feels like she's ruining our relationship and getting in between us. Well, no crap. That's when he brought up the idea of us possibly going on a break so he can sort their friendship out. I told him I would never agree to something like that because it just gives him a license to sleep with her, which brought up my next point. I asked if he ever cheated on me with her, and suddenly he became very defensive. He said they only fooled around back when he was single. Funny how he never mentioned that before. I told him I didn't believe him because of how defensive he was. He then admitted that she kissed him during their talk, but he pulled away after a couple of seconds because he felt bad. But that's all that happened. Yeah, I'm not stupid. Even if it was just a kiss, he should have made it clear to her that he wasn't interested. Not this, "I don't know if I have feelings for her" BS. At that point, I told him we were done. Our relationship is over. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone I cannot trust. He didn't even fight for me. All he did was apologize and said he didn't mean to hurt me. Whatever, it's all BS. All the signs were there, but I chose to ignore them. The flowers, the watch, the heart necklace, the way she acted around him, etc. All the signs were there. I'm really trying to look at the bright side. I know I deserve better. I already feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. My relationship wasn't going anywhere, especially with her in the picture, and I should have ended it earlier. I'm extremely grateful that this happened now and not a couple years down the road when we were engaged or something. I have plenty of great friends and family to lean on for support, so everything will be fine. I'm moving on for good. Thank you everyone for your help over the past couple of days. It's been really therapeutic writing all of this stuff down. Jumping down to the comment section on this one, there's one from a deleted account. It says, "Well darn, I expected him to stall, but that was really dropping the ball. I wish the best for you." Another user down below called Bah Hamburger says, "This is going to sound harsh, but you were absolutely right to dump him immediately, because in their minds, you're the outsider, not her. They probably will go on to have a fairly happy relationship. It's like those romantic comedies where the two friends finally end up together. Never mind that one of them had a significant other who gets screwed over, but is painted to look like a jerk, so it's justifiable. Don't let him try to be your friend. He'll just try to do whatever to feel less guilty about it." OP, this is the time where you just have to focus on you and try to move on. Make sure you remove him from all your social media, her as well if she was ever on there, so you don't see pictures of them together right after you guys have split up. You mentioned you have friends and family, and now is the time to rely on them to help you get through this. OP, I wish you the best of luck going forward. You will find somebody that appreciates you for who you are and makes you their #1 priority. In the comment section down below, let me know what you guys thought of this story. Do you think a person can have an opposite sex best friend without it causing issues in a relationship? I'd love to know what you think. Comment down below. And if you're listening on the podcast, well, get over to YouTube at youtube.com/@KCC and comment down below. I thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.